Okay, so we're going to transition here in a second. We're all ready, yeah?
Good to go.
Alright, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Welcome everyone to the first ever Horror Marathon. We've got some pretty great games over the next 6-7 hours. I'm your host for the first half, Tim Trollgasm. First run of the day is Crow Country, 80% glitchless by Hobbytan. Take it away when you're ready.
Hi everybody. Crow Country is a fairly new game. Came out this year, came out last month if I'm not mistaken. Time is hard. So I know a lot of folks have been quite excited to see this. A lot of folks haven't had the opportunity to play it yet. I have put 40-something hours into this game already. Most of that is speedrunning it. So hopefully I can showcase the restricted any percent run for you okay today. But I'll count us in a moment. We are going to do this on survival horror mode, which is the standard difficulty for doing restricted. And we will start the run in 3, 2, 1, now. Now, because we're going fast, you folks are unfortunately not going to get to see any of the wonderful cutscenes that set everything up for what's about to happen here. But we are playing as Special Agent Mara Forrest, firearms expert, as she investigates the abandoned theme park Crow Country, which is based in Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken. The eponymous owner, Mr. Crow, has gone missing, and we have been brought here to find him. Oh, shit. A lot of this run is about quick menuing, getting through conversations as fast as possible, and not fumbling stuff. Unfortunately, I am not very good at that last one, so we'll probably have a couple of redos that we have to do here. It won't affect our runtime too much. We should still be on pace for my estimate. So this is where we meet our first sort of enemy, for want of a better description. I don't really like calling the creatures in this enemies. I'm pretty sure they don't mean to hurt us. It's just kind of a byproduct of their existence. But if anybody watching has ever been to like a Disney World or like a smaller theme park, we've got like, or had, Gulliver's Adventures and stuff like that in the UK. This is very much themed around those kind of parks. You've got 4 sort of major distinctive areas in the park that aren't the back rooms. First one is the Haunted Hilltop, which is the one we were just in, and are now in the back room area of. Sort of a staple of any theme park, really, a horror area. There's also the Fairy Tale Village, but that's kind of, there's not much to say about it. There's not much to do there. It's kind of sparse. It's the Main Street USA equivalent, I guess. But as we traverse the various areas, more and more of these strange creatures start to show up. And a lot of the run is just trying to avoid them as best as you can. One thing I really like about Crow Country, a lot of people have pointed out that it looks a lot like Final Fantasy VII. I've never really been a Final Fantasy person, but I do love the style they've gone for with it. It really does evoke those sort of classic PS1 era games. There's a lot of nods to things like Resident Evil and Silent Hill in the aesthetic and the storyline. And like you can feel the love that was put into this game, the love for all the things that came before it that made it what it is. It's really quite nice. And the puzzles are great, with one exception that we won't see during this run. Mara as a character as well is really well written. When you do that in the casual run, she goes, "Oh my god." She's just beheaded a swan. So, Tim, you said you'd played the demo for this, but you've not had the opportunity to play the full game. What did you think of the demo?
No, I've only just seen like gameplay of it.
Oh, shoot, okay.
Yeah, just a few streamers here and there. So this is all new.
Is it something that you'd consider playing yourself, and maybe even speedrunning it?
Potentially, I'm digging the vibes.
I feel like the one downside to a first experience of a survival horror being the speedrun of it is that you miss out on so much of the true vibe of the game. But this puts itself across really well even when you're going through it fast, I think.
In a sense, yeah, but it's also like I'm not missing any of the juicy stuff, so it's like...
That's true.
His story, so I can watch it, have no idea what's going on, and then play it later. And go,
Now, I am particularly bad at this bit, because it requires me to be good at aiming, and I am very much not. There we go.
Sentiment all too well.
It's a lot easier when you've got the laser sight that you can pick up in the early game, but we deliberately don't do that because it's slow. There we go. My first couple of runs for this category died here when I was first learning it because you can just get completely destroyed by those chandelier traps. Excuse me, pardon me, coming through. There's so many charming little details that I'm not really very good at pointing out during the run as well. Like, you can see the crow-themed fortune-telling machines. They're actually hint machines. So if you get stuck during the game, you've got 10 opportunities to get a hint on what you need to do next. We are about to meet the worst character in the whole game, so please feel free to boo and hiss at Marv. We don't like Marv. He's a jerk. He's gone now. We scared him away. Well, that one's already singing. Oops. Every security professional's nightmare. That keypad is left to the default code.
No way they actually did that.
There's even a note in the room of one of the staff complaining that it's been left to the default code and someone should really change it because it's a security risk. It's absolutely delightful. Okay, this is the one thing in the entire run that has utterly cursed RNG most of the time, so let's see how we do today. Oh no. All the questions in the quiz are accurate as of the 90s. And I was a kid in the 90s. There we go, one I know the answer to from the 90s. Oh dear. That's the first time I've not had a question about the eradication of the dinosaurs as the first one in any of my runs, actually, so that's quite unfortunate. But it looks like the game is making up for it with nice RNG on this one. So we need 8 points on this one. And if we shoot a skull, we lose all our points. Oh, there we go. 3 skulls in a row. There we go. Okay, that could have been better, but it wasn't too bad. Back this way. I've already picked up everything I need in here. Oh, that's never happened before. Oh well. We'll be alright, I think. Probably. Should be okay.
We are almost 11 minutes into the run and we had our first. That's never happened before. Take note, everyone.
And now we have a flamethrower. Ho ho ho. Oh, I am quite badly injured. Oh no. This way. Forgot where I was going for a second there. And I've been poisoned. That is an unusual occurrence, but it does happen sometimes. Okay, we'll deal with it in a minute. It's all good. Poison can only take you down to minimum health. It can't kill you. Or at least not that anybody's discovered yet. So as long as we deal with it eventually, we should be fine. We're now meeting my favourite character in the entire game, but unfortunately we don't get to talk to him. This is Tolman. He is a man of few words. Most of them probably sound quite disgruntled. But he likes his puzzles. And he's not mean to us, so... Okay. There we go. So we are now in the underground area of the game. The bit that park guests very definitely aren't supposed to be in. We're going to grab that because I have taken a few more hits than I normally do. So it's better to be safe than sorry. Now I need to make sure that I pick up a canister of gasoline here, because sometimes I forget it, and that can absolutely destroy the run. Ooh, excuse me. It's also very difficult to see what you're doing down here because of the not having the torch, that the game actually sort of breadcrumbs for you if you don't pick it up in the first location. So when you're playing casually, it's It's there right at the very beginning of the game. And if you don't pick it up, it then appears in the next area and the next area. And eventually it stops following you around. But for a couple of rooms, it just turns up there and like, you sure you don't want to take a torch? It's going to get dark. Okay. This is going to look weird, but I promise you it's necessary. There we go. So there's a frame rate thing here, which means that if you don't turn your camera away, the amount of gasoline that you pick up, is not enough to... We don't have an antidote. That's fine. We can pick one up in here. It's not enough to actually destroy the resin on that fairy's head. Grab a grenade, and where was the antidote? It's over here, isn't it? Oh, no. Okay, so we're going to have to take a little detour because I injured myself. But that's fine. Okay, so the trick for this room is that there's actually 2 doors that you need to unlock, and you should do this one first. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oh, no, we want a little bit further. There we go. This is... Pull this switch, and if we hadn't done that door first, we wouldn't be able to leave now. We'd have to fight that, which we absolutely do not want to do. Oh, that was the wrong one. That's okay. That wasn't though, because the camera turns itself around, so sometimes that can get you. I was a little eager. We need to go one area further first. Because this is the one we need. That data disc that we got from the arcade is proving very, very useful throughout the run. Even if you're playing casually, it's super useful. There's loads of things it can be used for, not just in the speedrun. Okay, so we've just turned off some noxious gas that was spewing in the sort of underwater pirate-themed area. Now, I do things a little different to other runners here. Most runners go over to that wiggling box first. I don't. I leave it there for now. It's fine. Probably fine, right? I go in here first. So once we've been in here, we know what it is. Oh, it's a control room. Okay, bye. We don't need to go back in there. Now we know what that is. Let's go and have a look at that box. Oh, hello. It's the lady we met earlier. This is Julie. Julie is the MVP of this game. I know I didn't really talk about her when we met her the first time, but she is the single most important non-main character of the whole run. Without her, We are not going anywhere. So we've just asked Julie if she can man the control room that we went into so that we can go for a boat ride. I'm afraid it's not Pirates of the Caribbean, but it does its best. And it does have mermaids. Okay, we don't care about these mermaids. We only care about this mermaid. So let's see if we can say hi to her. Hi, mermaid. Just gonna open her up real quick. It's fine. We'll put her back afterwards. See? No harm done. She's fine. But we do have a battery now, which is going to be very useful for us later. If we can navigate around things. Julie's gone. Oh no, I hope she's okay. Spoilers, she is okay, she's fine. We haven't seen the last of Julie the solicitor. So we're going right here, and we're not getting poisoned, which is a first for this run. I'm just going to take the hit. I'm not patient enough for this. So we need to find out what this machine does before we can use it. But what it does is charges things up. Like the battery that we just stole from the mermaid. So now that's all nice and charged. We're going to take it. And we are going to go this way. And I am going to heal up when we get upstairs as well, because folks may have noticed that there's now a blood stain on Mara's dress. That's because she's injured. How bad? Quite bad, but not super bad. And now we're back in the Haunted Hilltop. But it's nighttime now. So as you go through the game, the day-night cycle does sort of progress. As you can see. And we are getting into what could be described as the final act. So this is what we needed the battery for. There's this big mechanical crow here, but he doesn't have any power, so he can't do his thing. Off he goes. I'm going to lag here a little bit on purpose for the best line in the game. And just like that, he walked out of my life. Mara is such a fantastically written character. I absolutely adore her. Ow, rude. So you saw me empty my pistol out while we were in the underground earlier, so that this puzzle would auto-complete. I'm going to grab this as well. Can never have too many health kits. And now we've got quite a lot of talking that's going to happen, so I'm just going to let this happen and...
So I have a question while they're talking.
Yeah, go for it.
So you said that you emptied the gun clip to auto-complete the puzzle. What is the trigger for that? Like, why does it go, oh, you've got no ammo, here's a puzzle?
So the way you get past those gates is by shooting the lanterns that are around them. So if you don't have any ammo, the game goes, you can't actually complete this puzzle, so we're just going to do it for you. She's a really neat little bit of tech that one of the other runners discovered. This is a free heal, so it doesn't count towards your rank. The amount of heals that you use, the amount of secrets that you find, all of that counts towards your rank at the end of the game. Oh, if we've got any Metal Gear Solid 3 fans in chat, you're welcome to do your best Snake Eater theme tune impressions now, because this is going to be a long one. I'm actually going to have a little sip while we wait. Yeah. This is another really good example of how SFB have kind of done little love notes to all the games that they grew up with and that they're fond of themselves in this game. It's really pretty neat. So, once we have finished ascending this ladder, we will be coming up on the final boss. Now, the one downside to speedrunning this game is that the final boss comes with a lot of conversation. So there's going to be a lot of me mashing buttons, desperately trying to get through the conversation quickly. Before I can actually do the combat. And then we've got to hope that Mr. Crow is feeling nice and doesn't do any of the many things he can do to slow the fight down. So here he is, Mr. Crow. We found him. Eagle-eyed viewers may have noticed that our name has changed. Don't worry about that. It's all good. It's fine. Okay. I'm going to switch my controller positioning so that I can do this faster. We say no to the piece of paper because it's faster than taking it. If you are playing this game casually for the first time, though, do take that piece of paper and read it when you have the chance. Believe me, it's worth it. Also, if you run out of ammo during the boss fight, the game provides you with ammo. It also provides you with health kits. Oh, he's gone underwater. That's unfortunate. Come on, up you come. Thank you. Oh wow, he really doesn't want to die today. There we go, okay. So time will be coming up in 3, 2, come on. There we go, right. 3, 2, 1, time. There we go.
Well done.
Thank you. So that was Crow Country. The one thing about my estimate being as high as it was is that I can show you folks just how small the dev credits on this game are, and I love showing this off to people. Because it's absolutely phenomenal. So, there you go. 5 people. 5 people made this game. And that was Crow Country. Let's see what ranking I got. I'm gonna guess it was probably an A because I took a lot of hits. Used a lot of heals. An A rank. There we go. Okay, and that's me done.
Then feel free to plug anything you want to do, and then we'll.
Yeah, sure thing. So, thank you everyone for watching this run. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you haven't already played Crow Country, I hope this will give you the incentive to go and play it casually and maybe even pick up the speedrun. The boards are super active, but it's always great to see new runners because folks are finding new tech constantly. It's really a great run. If you've enjoyed me showcasing it and would like to see more of the work that I do, you can find me on twitch.tv/hobbytan. You can find me on Twitter at hobbytan, Instagram hobbytan. I'm basically hobbytan everywhere, so just look for hobbytan. Look for a little raccoon with a paintbrush in their hand and you have found me. But yeah, it would be great to see you folks over on my channel if you want to see more stuff like this, because I do all sorts of speedruns, I do horror games, I do point-and-click adventure games, all sorts of stuff. Thank you very much to the Indie Horror Speedruns team for having me for this run as well. I really do appreciate you letting me be a part of this.
Absolutely. All right, well, we're going to take a very short break, and then we'll be back with Vin running Primal.